Well, it's that time, folks. It's that time. And if you ain't been paying attention to what's going on with our former baby girl, Amberlynn Reid, then you missed out on a lot. You know why? Because last night she came on a live stream and she had to go on to admit she had been 100%, 0% fully demonetized from a channel. And you know that was biting her. She was upset and you could see she had a little bit of tears, or they were fake. Who knows what it was? But the whole thing on here, she came on and she's like, it's not my fault, pretty much. She's saying it's because people reported her. Now, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, from what you was saying over there on there, you have not learned anything yet, and you still got somebody to blame. And is that something we surprised about? Nope. You know why? Because former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, she liked to blame it on everybody else. Not the 2,800 videos she had that's probably against terms of service. And I want you to think about it. All these people that she calling haters, all the reactors that been talking about her for years have warned her upon warned her and warned her a million times. They say, Amberlynn Reid, what you doing is against the terms of service. And you know what she did to us all? She gave us the third finger in her hand and she just waved it like she could care less. And now, Amberlynn Reid, think about it. The AI or whatever detected all them videos and they said that they was against the terms of service. It wasn't some hater in the comments that was there working at YouTube and they just banned your channel. That's not who it was. The company over there that you employed from, and this is the sad part, you was over there on YouTube and it's self-employment. So think about it. All you had to do, right, is to follow the rules. And did you want to do that? Nope. You wanted to be Amberlynn Reid. You wanted to be the queen of whatever nonsense you was calling yourself over there. Queen of girl world or whatever it is, or the queen of trolls. I remember you said that one time. You wanted to be the queen of trolls. And look at what it got you, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. But do I think that Amberlynn Reid's going to learn from this? Absolutely not. You know what she going to do? She going to watch the timer so that she could go reapply in 90 days and hope to get remonetized. But there is one thing she had to do. She had to get rid of all that stuff on her channel, like almost every single video. You know why? Because if you have nothing on your channel, then they can't look. They can't see anything's wrong and they can say, you know, maybe we're going to give her a chance and let her start from fresh. But do you think Amberlynn Reid did that? Nope. But I'm going to show you a screenshot right here. Look at that. Boom. Amberlynn Reid had one video and that's the one from last night. But I was digging through all there. I did some detectiveness and she have all them videos. You think she deleted it? Absolutely not. Instead, she private them. Now, Amberlynn Reid, I hate to break it to you. If people got links to your private videos, they can still be reported. And even in YouTube guidelines over there in Google, it says that they can terminate a channel for deleted videos. Think about it. The video can be deleted because it's on the server over there and they can still terminate or get violations. And you have not learned one thing. Instead, you hiding them over there private, hoping to maybe remonetize them later. Now, Amberlynn Reid, I'm going to give you some advice. If I was you, I would get rid of whatever you don't need. You don't need no video from the 13 years ago that you was talking about nonsense, right? You don't need a video from 10 years, 8 years, 5 years, 2 years. You don't need none of that stuff right there that's going to get you unemployed, right? But you know why, former baby girl? She not going to listen to me. She not going to listen to anybody, and she not going to listen to herself because she's always right and we always wrong. And if my math is wrong, 257,000 people versus Amberlynn Reid, and we all wrong, I think that mathematics don't add up. I think at least two of us could be right over here versus Amberlynn Reid, but it doesn't matter. So you know what we're going to do, folks? We're going to move on to what went on this live stream. So she was on there complaining that all the haters reported her. And then she complained that she's demonetized. And then she came on to say this. She came on to say that now the one and only Queen Twinkie is now having a surgery. Nothing like springing it on us right at the last minute. We've been asking for months and years and everything. How's Twinkie? Oh, she fine. She doing okay. I walk 100,000 miles a day. I climb Mount Everest with Twinkie every day and the healthiest person in the world. Now Amberlynn Reid, magically, is she going to be demonetized? And she coming over here trying to throw this on her audience? That is awful. And then the worst part of this whole thing is that she says she have no money to get our Queen Twinkie a surgery. So she got to ask her moms and she got to ask her grandmother to give her the money. Now that's not adding up either, because think about it. Former baby girl Amberlynn Reid just got paid on November 21st. So she has some money coming on there, but she gonna take somebody else's money to pay for this. This is wild and I don't understand. All the money she spent on scratch-off tickets over there at the bingo place, you seen she had that big stack one time. She was just peeling and peeling and peeling, spending, I think, $100. And then she was have 100,000 cards over there playing bingo 2-3 days a week. But she got no money for our Queen Twinkie. That is unacceptable. And I don't even know what to say. That upsets me because it's not fair. Because Twinkie can't do this for themselves, right? But Amberlynn Reid got time to play with Legos, $700 Legos all the time. She got time to break them up and throw them in the garbage and donate them or wherever she puts them. She got money to spend $15 on a $1 soda from McDonald's. She got $3,000 a month to pay DoorDash, but she got no health insurance for Twinkie and the pets. That's unacceptable. You know why? Because Amberlynn Reid, no matter what she says, she care about one person, and that one person is Amberlynn Reid, right? And that's how it's always going to be, because in this live stream, she came on and she said she would never do that. She come on here to ask people for money. Girl, Amberlynn Reid, you made over $3 million, $4 million, $1 million billion on YouTube. I remember you said in a video you made $1.5 million, and that was years ago, right? And you had all this money, and you coming over here asking more people for money? That's outrageous. And she even said this: I would never ask because, like, I'm pretty much embarrassed. I would never do this. I want to give the people content. Then she was actually asking for 1 penny. She wanted 1 single penny from everybody. She was like linking and getting people to send her 1 penny, 2 pennies. It didn't matter. She was only caring about herself in that situation. Now, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, maybe you should have came to work a little bit more. You took, what, 2 months off, then 2 weeks off. Then you even took people's, how can I see, their membership. You did not even show up. You came maybe 1 time in a month or 2 times, and you took all them people. You said 300, 400, or 500 people, and you took all their money, and you didn't give them anything. You wasn't worrying about giving them their money back. Maybe they needed $10 a month that I was not doing anything. I wasn't even showing up. You was not caring at all for 1 second to give any of them people their money. The people that paid $4.99, you didn't give them no money back. $9.99, you didn't give them none of that money back. And that's the sad part. Now you over here asking for money. Think about it. Amberlynn Reid has made millions of dollars on this platform. She has showed it and bragged and showed it all over her channel, mukbanging her brains out, doing whatever she was doing over there, Legos and all this nonsense, and did at all. She cared what happened to you? Nope. She only cared what she could keep putting in her pocket. And think about it. She was bragging that she made $32,000 in one Vlogmas for 1 month. Think about it. Amberlynn Reid made $32,000 in a month, and she had $0 saved anywhere. And then she was even talking in this live stream that all the money she had in her savings is only for taxes. She hasn't even figured out that she could pay her taxes quarterly on YouTube if she did it correctly. She's saving all the money to pay one lump sum at the end of the year, and now she have no end of the year. All her big money time of November and December is gone, folks. She getting no money, and she gonna have to pay out, I don't even know, if she making $100,000 a year or whatever like that, 24% of that's what, $24,000 she gonna have to pay in taxes, and then whatever she have in write-offs or whatever nonsense it is. But the bad part of this, she just always saving to the last second. She don't want to give none of that money so she can spend all the extras on her nonsense, and that's what got her in trouble. I'm just trying to say right here, she could do whatever she wants. You want to take your money and throw it in the street, drive in a car and toss it out into the wind like confetti? You can do that with all your money you want, Amberlynn Reid. But to come on this platform, cry on your YouTube channel because you was demonetized, and then ask for more money. Think about it. You threw all your money out the window. You was doing some, what is an analogy of a car going 45 miles an hour to 60 miles an hour. It made no sense. So you threw all your money out of the window at 45 miles an hour. It didn't matter, right? You now have $0. But you don't come over here and ask more people for money because you threw it out the window. That was your choice. And that's the problem right here. She hasn't learned anything. She just think her audience is another way to replenish her funds so she could throw it out the window. And that's the saddest part. She don't see her audience as fans or subscribers or people. She sees them as money symbols. And you know what it is, right? She even said during one of the recent live streams, she said to somebody, if you want to continue to speak to me, right, you need to become a member or talk or some nonsense like that. That's what she says. That's the person that former baby girl Amberlynn Reid is. The person that's saying, if you want to speak to me, you better pay. And that's rude and nasty to say to her audience. And she wants sympathy. Think about it. She said, oh, it's so bad that she was demonetized, but she was over there demonetizing apathetic facts. You remember that? Amberlynn Reid, you did like like 8 strikes in one day, and you even came on to admit it. Amberlynn Reid came on to admit that she could have gave 1 strike or 2 as a warning. She said, no, I just struck 8 times, 10, whatever it was, and took down the channel. And Apathetic Facts had to wait, 90 days to get monetization back, and Amberlynn Reid wasn't worried. She was like, I could do whatever I want. But now that YouTube is doing whatever they want, she don't want to play that game. It's unfair, and she being mistreated. I want you to think about this too. She was going over there complaining how her videos from 8 or 10 years ago, they was getting strikes and community guidelines, and that's why she's demonetized. Now, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, I hate to tell you that this goes on all over the community on YouTube. There is gaming channels that have been up for 10, 11 years, and they made videos 8 or 9 years ago. They don't even remember what is inside of them videos. They was making little whatever videos, and they was talking, and they got strikes and got their channels taken down. They had no clue what was in them videos. The difference between them and you, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, is you remember exactly what was back in them videos, right? You know, you just go to them thumbnails, you see the mukbanging your brains out videos over there, you see all that stuff with the words that's not supposed to be over here on YouTube, and you did not at all, in all the years that I'm here, try to take any of that stuff offline because you think you right, and that's the worst part of it. You had 2,700 videos, and there is zero chance that you believe that every single one of them, 100% of them videos, was totally not against terms of service. I want you to think about it, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid. You know why? Because you got community guideline strikes on videos in the past, so you had to know. And think about it, just this year, I think you got 1 or 2 community guidelines that you said you had to take that little course so that you can get past it and get your stuff back. And the wild part, you didn't even learn then. Think about it, Amberlynn Reid. You just recently got this problem, right? And you recently, how can I say, she probably just took it as a joke, like, oh, I did the little course, boom, they let me back, and now I'm untouchable again. That's what she is. Every time she was in this platform and she had a problem, when she had Shrimpgate, boom, she lost 10,000 subscribers. She was upset a little bit, but years later when she came back on the platform and she was on a live stream, she was joking about how she lost 10,000 people. She's like, it was just 10,000, haha, it didn't matter, and she made more subscribers after that. That's how Amberlynn Reid is, and this is the only time that she can take it serious. You know why? Because she not gonna have an income coming in next month or for 3 months, right? And she gonna have to find some sort of making money unless she has millions of dollars in savings, which she says she doesn't have. So either one, she gonna have to, how could I say, rehaul her whole idea of YouTube, right, in 90 days and become the perfect YouTube channel where she just going out walking Twinkie and the animals every day and talking and being nice to her audience and have safe content, or she gonna have to go and look for some sort of employment that's not YouTube based. Now, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, it is wise to look for something that's not YouTube based, because you can see right here, you can wake up at any moment and your channel could just be terminated. It could be gone. You cannot make any money and have no money for the bills. At least if you have another job on the site, maybe you got some health insurance over there, maybe you got some 401k, maybe you got something going on over there to make money and it's established and you can show up every day, or at least be part-time, right? Do that type of stuff. You can't bank on all this stuff, because think about it, you was not at all thinking you was gonna wake up in November and December and have no income. You know why? Because you said you spent $1,300 on a vlogging camera for Vlogmas, right? You put almost $2,000 on a camera to make money, and now you got no money coming in. Now you got to think about this, Amberlynn Reid. What are you gonna do? I saw what you said. You said you're gonna sell that camera, and who's gonna buy a $1,300 camera? They're gonna give you what, like $500? Think about it. When you bought that $6,000 bed over there when you was living with Beck over there, and you had to sell it, what you got, $1,500? So you lost $4,500 on that deal, and you're gonna lose probably $500 or $600 on a camera right now. And that's the sad part. You always are looking in the future, and you think all that money is guaranteed, and that's not how the internet works. Right here, you just learned the hard way, and that's the saddest part, because I don't think you learned it all. And if I know you, former baby girl Amberlynn Reid, you're just gonna have the timer counting down to hope to get remonetized in 90 days, and you're gonna go back to the same thing you're doing. Well, that's the end of the video, folks, and I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day. Later.